to another episode of Geeky Analysis. This week, we'll be exploring regeneration, the Time Lord ability to change appearance and repair any and all cells within their bodies. Enjoy! Regeneration is the ability that allows the Time Lords to essentially cheat death, changing physical appearance, including their face, hair, race, and gender, as well as their psychology. It has been associated with the Time Lords since the establishment of their near-eternal society way back when. The Time Lords are a time and space-faring race consisting of Gallifreyans, who were once known as Shobogans in the days before Time Lord society even began. However, even before becoming Time Lords, thanks to Tecteon's discovery of the Timeless Child, the people of Gallifrey were still a spacefaring, likely interstellar, species. This was what allowed Tecteon to find Gallifrey's Timeless Child. Tecteon, a spacefaring Shobogan and scientist, set out to explore the stars. During her journeys, she discovered a girl who, unknown to her at the time, had unearthly abilities. However, the girl was lost. She was lost on a desolate world below a purple wormhole of some kind. So, as you do, Tecteon brought the child back to Gallifrey, taking her in as her own. The pair went about their normal lives, with the child befriending some of the local children. However, she got into an argument with another child while playing at the top of a cliff. The result ended with the child falling from the cliff and hitting the floor. Tecteon came to her side, prepared to see her die. However, the child exploded into a fiery amber, changing her entire appearance. This led Tecteon to experiment on her adopted daughter in order to find out what happened. After some time, she determined it was a process known as regeneration, and she had to have it for herself. Some testing saw Tecteon force the process into Shobogan biology. She even saw herself regenerate during this period. After this point, Tecteon had regeneration placed into the biology of every Shobogan in the Citadel. From that point on, Time Lord society was established, built around regeneration. However, at the time, this ability was unlimited. Rassilon had the regeneration cycle limited to a total of 12 regenerations, believing unlimited immortality to be a dangerous gift. Every Time Lord, presumably including Rassilon himself, saw their regeneration process limited to 12. It could be implied that the same was done to the child. As for what happened to the child, he was de-aged and placed in the academy, with him adopting the title of the Doctor. Anyway, that wasn't the only possible origin for regeneration. Exposure to the untempered schism, or just the time vortex in general, would lead to the DNA of an unborn individual to feature regeneration in its biology, whether the individual was from Gallifrey or not. This was the case for River Song. She was conceived on Amy and Rory's wedding night following the reboot of the universe, while the TARDIS was in flight in the vortex. With Amy and Rory still travelling for the perfect amount of time in which River was in the womb, River had plenty of time to unintentionally absorb enough radiation from the vortex and adopt radiation. There were many causes for regeneration. The majority of those causes were in some way connected to death. These included fatal illnesses, including radiation poisoning and disease contraction, old age and fatigue, which speaks for itself, and fatal injury, including gunshots and falling from great heights. However, there was another cause for regeneration, which was totally unrelated to death. Regeneration could be triggered by choice, be it voluntary or involuntary. An example of voluntary regeneration was displayed by the Eighth Doctor. He was convinced to consume a potion created by the Sisterhood of Khan that could trigger a regeneration. The Sisterhood of Khan had elevated Time Lord science to the point where the outcome of a regeneration could be predetermined after the consumption of a special potion. The likes of gender, age, height, appearance, and build could all be determined by these potions. Some of the examples for build included warrior, which was the Doctor's choice as he needed to be a warrior to fight in the Time War. An example of involuntary regeneration was presumably displayed by the Second Doctor. He was facing trial by the Time Lords for interfering in the affairs of others instead of just merely observing, a code the Time Lords went by after Omega's intervention of time travel. It was also possible to delay or stop the regeneration process. The delay could be done for any period of time, which both the 10th and 12th Doctors did. However, the regeneration is likely to be far more explosive if it's delayed for too long. The explosive regeneration was capable of destroying the TARDIS itself, this including the main console and even the windows of the TARDIS exterior. This was regarded as a state of grace. As for stopping the regeneration, it was considered an act of suicide for a Time Lord. Time Lords were able to stop the regeneration process from taking place and killing the body completely. The Master did this in order to gain at least one victory against the Doctor, after the Doctor reversed the Master's paradox and turned back the clock on the year the Master ruled the Earth. The process could also be stopped externally as well. If a Time Lord's body were fatally harmed while the regeneration process was taking place, a Time Lord's body could be permanently stopped. This was the case on the shore of Lake Silencio when the mysterious Apollo astronaut shot the Doctor, who wasn't actually the Doctor, mid-regeneration. Missy also stated this to be a permanent solution to killing a Time Lord. Alright, here we are again at the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed this week's video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, feel free to like and share the video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss a video. It helps the channel, means a lot, and motivates me to continue. Also, make sure to check out my Instagram and Twitter too, with the links to both being in the description. However, that's up to you. I hope to see you next week, and until then, bye!